Once again, welcoming you all to physics class by Jyoti Kumar. So, in yesterday's class, we have discussed about the few properties about Coulomb's law and one or two problems based on the Coulomb's law. In today's class, we are going to discuss some miscellaneous topics and miscellaneous questions and how to solve those that we are going to discuss in today's class. Okay, so yesterday I hope that uh, yesterday I have given two questions as homework. I mean as a try. Okay, hope everyone can able to solve it without any problem. So those who not solve those, so you can observe the answer right now here. See the whatever the question I have given, it is similar to the third one but with a little change. So in third question we are having three charges, but in fourth question we are having four charges, and those were arranged as a sides of a square like this. Okay, so here we are having A, and here we are having a B, and here C, and this D. So what is the net force acting at the point D? That is our question. What is the net force acting now? So on this D, on this point D, there is a force with respect to B in this way. Okay, so why I consider in this way, because since all are the similar charges, repulsion will be there, so the net force act in this direction. So due to the C, the net force will act in this direction, and due to A, the net force will act in this direction, exactly like this. Okay, and wire separated by a distance of r, but this distance is root 2 r. Okay, now first of all we will find the individual values. So first, what is our question? We need to find out F net. Our question is got F net. So first of all I will find out the individual values. So what is the formula? If I mean, what is the force between the two charges? F is equal to, generally F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so here since all are the similar charges and same values, so we no need to consider. We can simply write it as what? Fq square by R square. Okay, so first of all, force along BD, FBD is equal to, so here you can observe guys, here Q, here also Q, and distance is, so we can write it as KQ square by R square. Okay, next one guys, FCD can be written as KQ square by R square. So KQ square by R square can be written as simply F. Okay, so simply this value is what guys? F, and this value is what guys? F. And similarly, but if you clearly observe that it is root 2 r, so I can write it as FAD is equal to K into Q square by root 2. Root 2 r means it is 2 r square, or simply we can write it as F by 2. This is how much guys? F by 2. Okay, so after getting the individual values, if you clearly observe that this one and this one, I mean F, the force due to the CD and force due to BD are perpendicular to each other. So I can write, now the force here is F and here it is F. Okay, so these two are perpendicular, so I can write here F net, I mean F resultant is equal to, I can write it as F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta. But F1 value is equal to how much guys? F1 value is equal to F, and F2 is equal to how much? F. That is okay. So here F1 is equal, I mean I consider this as a F1 and this is a F2. Okay, so this value is equal to how much? F, and this value is equal to how much? F. So what we, and theta is equal to, what is the angle of theta? Theta is equal to 90 degrees. So ultimately our formula this term is equal to 0. Since cos 90 is equal to 0, this whole term is 0. So f resultant is equal to root 2 f. F2 is equal to how much, guys? Root 2 f. So now tell me, what is the angle between them? I mean, we can able to find that angle or not. So here, in order to obtain the angle, so we can write here. Okay, I'm just erasing this. Okay, for a better understanding. Okay, guys. So F resultant. I mean, here the force due to the FCD and force due to the FBD. We got it as what? Root 2 F. But we required is F net. So if you clearly observe that it is making an angle. AD is making an angle of how much, guys? Theta is equal to 45 degrees. So what is the angle by the resultant? That also we can able to find or not. So we can write here tan theta is equal to f1 sin theta by f2 plus f1 cos theta. So since theta is equal to 90, here we are getting how much, guys? 1. Okay, sin 90 is equal to 1, and here cos 90 is equal to 0. So ultimately f and f, so we are getting f by f, that is theta is equal to tan inverse of 1. So tan inverse of 1 is how much? 45 degrees. So the force due to AD is lying along the resultant of previous forces. Okay, so from this we can write it as F net is equal to, okay, F resultant plus, okay, so what we can write? F resultant plus FAD. So what is, guys? F resultant is equal to root 2 F, and here FAD value we can get it as F by 2. So from this we can write it as F into root 2 plus 1 by 2. Okay, otherwise we can write this as F by 2 into root 2, I mean 2 root 2 plus 1. This is the final formula, F net. F by 2 into 2 plus 2. This is the final formula, final answer for the given question. Okay, hope you all understood, guys. See, it is the simple logic. Always you should keep that, you should always stick with the basic. When you stick with the basic, you can solve any tough question easily. Okay, guys, hope you understood this question very clearly. Okay, now coming to the next question. Okay, so calculate the ratio of electric and gravitational force between the two protons. So here the question is a very simple and different one. Okay, here we need to find the ratio of electric and gravitational force. Okay, so first of all, what is the formula for the gravitational force? It is G into m1 m2 by r square. And what is the formula for the electric force? That is K into q1 q2 by r square. Okay, so here we need to solving those problems. So we are having the two charges. These are what, guys? Two charges. No, it is not two charges. Two protons, and they are separated by a distance between r. Okay, now the two protons were separated by what, guys? R. What you need to find out? Ratio of electric and gravitational. So in order to find the ratio of electric and gravitational force, what we required? First of all, we required is, I mean, ratio of Fe by Fm. Fe by Fm we require. So Fe is equal to, we know the formula. What it is? K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, by we can write it as what, guys? K in, I mean G into m1 m2 by r square. Okay, so if you clearly observe that this r square and this r square will get cancelled, and what we left is Fe by Fm is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by G into M1 M2. Okay, so this is the point. But what is the value? What is the value of Q1 Q2? So here the Q1 and Q2 are same. I mean, since two are protons, we can write it as simply it is K Q square by G M square. Okay, now what is the point, guys, here? What is the value? Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Okay, and M is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. All you have to consider with respect to the SI units only. Okay, and K value you already know how much it is. 9 into 10 power 9. 9 into 10 power 9. Okay, so here yeah, Newton meter square by Coulomb square. Okay, and G value is what, guys? 6.67 into 10 power minus 11. Okay, and here we are having what, guys? Newton. Okay, Newton meter square by kg square. Okay, so all the values what we required we got. So we can write here Fe by Fm is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. Okay, and here Q1 values are simply 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 whole square by, we can write the next one. Okay, sorry, this is 10 power minus 19. Okay. Okay, and here we are having 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 into, we can write this as 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 whole square. Okay, so here the okay, guys, so I'm just erasing the point. Okay, so what we are having, guys, here Fe by Fm. Here what we are having, guys, so just I'm writing here Fe by Fm is equal to, we are having 9 into 10 power 9 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 whole square by, we can write it as 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 whole square. Okay, so this is what the term. And but here I'm going to give you a very simple, I mean, how to solve this typical questions. So first of all, your task is to make the line and count the all numerals, separate all the base values, and then power values are like, I mean, other side. Okay, so here we can write here, I mean, just observe, first of all cancel those. 1.6 is there, 1.67 is there, so almost the same, so no need of checking, so blindly cancel that. Okay, no prob it will be. Okay, hardly we have very change in few values, that's not at all going to issue. 1.6 is going to cancel, and what we left is okay, 9 here. Okay, 9. Okay, and here down is 6.67. okay, 9 and 6.7. now we can write here 10 power 9. okay, and here minus 10 power minus 19. Minus 19 means 10 power minus 38. Okay, now here 10 power minus 11 into 10 power minus 11, and here it is minus 10 power minus 54. Okay, now 9 minus 38. So we can write this as, I mean, when you simplify like this, you will get the easiest way to solve that. Okay, 9 by 6.67 and 10 power 9 here is there and 38 here is there. So how much, guys? It is 10 power minus 29. Okay, into, now here minus 11 and minus 54, minus 11 and minus 54. So what is that value? It is equal to 10 power minus uh, 65. Okay, so and ultimately, so when you check cross check here, 9 by 6.67, so approximately you will get the value as 1.2. Okay, so its value is equal to 1.3. Okay, 1.3, well, like that we can able to write 1.3. And here this 10 power minus 65 goes 10 power minus 29 plus 65. That is, we can get the answer as 1.3 into 10 power 36. This is your answer. Okay, so ratio is equal to Fe by Fm is equal to how much, guys? 1.3 into 10 power 36. Okay, so this is the final answer here, or we can write it as, okay, we can write it as Fe is equal to 10 power 36 times of Fm. This is the final statement we can write. Okay, sorry, yeah, okay, I will write here Fe is equal to 10 power 36 times of Fm. Okay, so what is this Fm? Fm is nothing but gravitational force, force due to masses. Okay, and here Fe is force of electric. That's it. Okay, so this is how we need to solve the problems for the ratios for tougher questions. Hope you understood. Okay, so we will move to the next topic. Okay, hope you understood the question, and we will go to the next topic as usual. Yeah, okay, so what is this? So here, if the, I mean, we discussed this formula. Okay, for example, okay, I'm just explaining here, guys, just observe. Okay, so you can observe here. So for example, guys, this is a charge, this is a charge Q1. Okay, this is another charge Q2. Okay, now the force between these two charges will be given by the formula F is equal to, we can write it as K, okay, K into Q1 Q2 by R square. That is, we can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, for example, this whole, I mean, same Q1, and here also same Q2. It is completely filled with the media. It is completely filled with some permittivity. Okay, so at that time we can write here F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, epsilon R Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, that is, if you clearly observe that, we can write this as, okay, how we can able to write, guys? So here, if you clearly observe that epsilon, so here we can write here epsilon R square. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2, all these terms are constant, these terms are constant. What we left is epsilon R square. So we can write here epsilon 1 R square is equal to R1 square is equal to epsilon 2 R2 square, where R1 and R2 are the effective distances. R1 and R2 are what, guys? Effective distances. Okay, so here, how it will be? So the effective distance can be, finded out using, so we already know that what is the formula? K, I mean, epsilon R square is equal to R naught square. Epsilon R square is equal to R naught square, and from this we can write R is equal to R naught by root epsilon. Okay, R is equal to, R is what, guys? Effective distances. R is equal to what? Effective distance, which is equal to R naught by epsilon naught. Okay, I'm writing here R is equal to R naught by square root of epsilon. This is the effective formula. Okay, so here this is how we need to solve the problems. Okay, now the questions will be based, I mean, what is the net R, what is the net R, how it is calculated, that these are only the topics. Okay, yes. Okay guys, hope you understood the topic. It's very simple. Okay, when it is dipped, so first of all, what do you mean by the word epsilon R? Epsilon R is relative permittivity, and epsilon R is equal to, we can write it as permittivity in media by permittivity in free space or vacuum. Okay, so when it is dipped, I mean, from this we can write epsilon is equal to epsilon R into epsilon naught. The same one we are substituting in the formula. I mean, this is the F, I mean, F in media, force in particular media. We can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon, and here epsilon R Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so sir, I mean, R is also constant. Now why you considering here R? Okay, so R is not going to be the constant. For example, if certain value, I mean, due to this, the distance may get some change. So based on that conditions, we can write epsilon R square. Okay, so epsilon 1 R1 square is equal to epsilon 2 R2 square. Okay, and from this the effective distance can be written as epsilon R square is equal to R naught square. The distances, I'm equating what guys? Distances. What is the distance here? R square. Okay, and what is the distance here? Epsilon R square. So from this we can write this as R is equal to square root of epsilon naught. Okay, so this is how we can able to get the epsilon R. This is okay, sorry. So R is equal to R naught by epsilon R. So this is the effective distance of the dielectric slab. Okay, I hope you all understood. Okay, or from this we can also write okay, so no need. Okay, this is how we can write the formula. Okay, so this is about dielectric constant, and hardly they will ask what is the effective R value. Okay, now coming to next. So some miscellaneous topics. So we are going to discuss some most toughest questions now here. Most toughest questions we are going to discuss. Okay, so by solving these questions, you will get a clear idea how to think the questions of physics. Okay, so first of all, go through the question. 2 point sized identical spheres carrying charges Q1, Q2 on them are separated by a certain distance. The mutual force between them is F. These two brought in contact and kept at the same separation. Now the force between them is. Now the force between them is. Okay, so of course I added to, I mean, I forgot to add some more point. Actually it is the ratio. Okay, what is the ratio before and after separation? Okay, so first of all, given question, 2 point sized identical spheres carrying charges. So here this is a sphere of charge Q1 and this is a charge of Q2. Okay, 2 point sized identical spheres carrying Q1 and Q2 then are separated by a certain distance. So distance between them is R. See, you need to keep the point only spheres are identical, not the charges. Q1 is not equal to Q2. Q1 is not equal to Q2. Keep that thing in your mind. Okay. So they said, same charges. It is not same charges. Q1 and Q2 are not equal. Only the spheres are equal. Now, what they said, they touched like this. They touched like this, and once again they separated. at the same distance. Okay, at that time what is the force? I mean, what is the ratio? So here, force before touching, I am writing here FB. FB means what? Force before touching. Force before touch. FA. Force after touch. Okay. What I required is FB by, okay, force before, yeah, no, what I required is FA by FB. FA by FA. Of course, how anyway we can solve. It is very okay. So first of all, if you clearly observe that I required is FA by FB. So how to obtain this question? So first of all, FB, force before touch. Force before touch, we can write this as FB is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, and F after, see, when these two touch together, the transfer of charge takes place. To what extent means both should acquire the same amount of charge. So simply I can write this as, right now, Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q1 plus Q2 2 by 2. After the touching, okay, after the touching, charge transfer takes place. After touching, charge transfer takes place. How much charge means both will acquire the same value. So in order to acquire both the same value means what we have to find? Q average. Q average is equal to Q1 plus Q2 by 2. So FA is what, guys? Force after touch. Force after touch can be written as what? Q into. Now Q1 plus Q2 by 2 whole square by R square by Q1 and Q2 na. So Q1 and Q2 values is equal to Q1 plus Q2 by 2. So simply Q1 plus Q2 by 2 whole square by R square. So what we required is FA by FB. So FA by FB, we can write this as K into Q1 plus Q2 whole square, and separating the brackets, okay, by 2R square. I mean 2 square R square. And here we are having what, guys? Into. Okay, next one we are having K Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so FB can be written as, so here K Q1 Q2 and R square is on top. So this R square K will get cancelled, and I mean at last we are getting the formula Q1 plus Q2 whole square by 4 Q1 Q2. If they ask FB by FA, so the same 4 Q1 Q2 by Q1 plus Q2 whole square. That's it. It is FA by F. That's it. So whatever the situation, we are having the, once again, same. I mean, just it will get the values changes. Okay. Hope you understood, guys. Hope you understood this question. Okay. This is a simple, different question. Okay. So whenever two charges is there, when before combining, what is the force, and after combining, what is the force they are asking. So at that time we need to use this formula to find the ratios. Okay. Hope you all understood. Now coming to the next question. Okay, guys. So once again we are discussing next question. The next question is a very little bit typical question, guys. Two identical small charges PUs, each having a mass of m, hanging in equilibrium as shown in figure. Okay, sorry, figure is not there. Okay, the length of the string is CL and the angle made by any string with vertical is theta. Find the magnitude of the charge on each sphere. The question is very simple. Okay, you need to find the value of charge. That's it. What is the value of charge on the each string? You need to find out. Okay. Okay guys, what is the charge you need to find out? Okay, now I'm drawing the question here. So this is your question guys. Okay, I'm drawing the corner for better understanding. Yeah. Okay, so this is a support. Okay, and this is one charge and this is another charge. Now both were, I mean, like this. So here the separation is x. The separation between them is x. Now here they are asking, okay, here it makes each string is making an angle of theta like this. Okay. Now what is the value of q? Okay, if both, I mean, q1 is equal to q2 is equal to some q. What is that value they are asking? Okay guys, and what is the data they has given? What data they has given in the questions? Okay, so the data given in the questions are mass is equal to m. Mass is equal to how much guys? M. Okay, and the length of the each string. Okay, length of each string L. Okay, and the angle between strings. Angle given as theta. Okay, except that they didn't given anything, but we have to identify. Okay guys, now if you clearly observe that I'm just separating this. Okay, so here the given, I mean, I'm just making like this. Now here it is making theta. Okay, if you clearly observe that, see, they said that these two are having mass, okay, and length of the string made by the string. Okay, so they two were moving away, means those two are, they experience a force. One is like this, I mean, okay, I'm drawing the forces. Since, see, when the charges move away by making an angle, when they experiences repulsive force, so it is going to experience a force in this direction. Okay, due to the repulsor, I mean, force of electric. Okay, and here it is sorry, here it is mass. Okay, and it is balanced by the tension in the string. Okay, these two forces. Now it will be classified as, here whatever the angle, here also the same angle, so this will be what, t cos theta, and here it is a t sin theta. Okay, for better understanding, once again I am explaining here guys. Okay, so here due to the theta, here tension is developed in the string. Tension is developed in the string. Now this particle, I mean, this sphere is moving away. Moving away means it is due to the force of electric. So Fe is this side. So in order to counter this force, it will produce as I mean, the tension will produce as component, and this is equal to t sin theta. So vertically downwards, mass will be acted. Yeah, I mean, weight will be acted. To counter this force, the component is x. It is a t cos theta. Sir, how you taken, sir? Means here theta is there, so vertically opposite angles are same. Here theta means here is also theta. So now it will become a right angle triangle. So opposite side. Opposite side means sin theta you will get. Adjacent side means you will get cos theta. Okay, so now coming to the next, we can write it as, what we can able to write, we can write it as t cos theta is equal to what we can able to write guys, mg, and t sin theta we can write it as what, fe. Okay, so just I am making a combination here. What is the combination? We can write t sin theta by t cos theta is equal to, we can write it as fe by mg, or we can write it as tt will get cancel, mg tan theta is equal to fe. Keep this thing in your mind. This is the point. But fe is equal to what guys? Fe is equal to k into q1 q2 by r square. K into q1 q2 by r square. Okay, So now how to get these values? K is equal to Q1 Q2 R square. So since these two are identical, we can write this. We can replace with the since these two are identical, we can replace with the Q square. Okay. So here I can write here K Q square by R square is equal to mg tan theta. But what is the value of R? What is the value of R? So here, okay, yeah, this, I mean, the distance, change it as R. Okay, the distance, change it as R, so that you won't have the R. Okay, now if you clearly observe that R is, I mean, this is, what is this distance? We will get this distance as L sine theta. Here you can see this is a what, here it is having theta. Okay, here the length is given as hypotenuse given as L. Okay, here hypotenuse is given as L. Sine theta is equal to, we can write it as yeah, it is some, I mean, it is what we can write R by 2 by L. So we can write R by 2 is equal to what? L sine theta. Okay, and R by 2, and here also we are having R by 2. R by 2 we are getting what? R, that is L sine theta plus L sine theta, which is equal to how much, guys? 2L sine theta. So R is equal to what? 2L sine theta. Logic is simple, guys. So once again, for your betterment, I am explaining. Just observe. We can write here, see, this is total distance from here to here, I'm considering this as R. So half of this value is R by 2. Okay, now I can write this value as how much? R by 2. Sine theta can be written as sine theta is equal to opposite side R by 2 by, so here it is L. So R by 2 is equal to L sine theta, or R is equal to 2L sine theta. Keep this thing in your mind. Okay, R is equal to so R is equal to 2L sine theta. Just keep. Okay, now we can write this as, okay, so this, yeah, so this only one step I am writing. Next we will continue. We can write here K Q square by 2L 2L, I mean 2L sine theta whole square is equal to mg tan theta. Clear, guys? Now for our understanding, I am erasing the topmost position, guys. Okay, so now after this point, you need to get, what is the point you need to get? What we required is capital, I mean Q value. So from this point we can write here Q is equal to Q square, or Q square is equal to, we can write it as a mg tan theta. Okay, and I'm expanding the gap, it is a 4L square, okay, sine square theta. Or simply we can write here Q is equal to, we can write it as how much, guys? We can write it as okay, sorry, we are having KQ square, yeah, K is there, by K. Okay, so Q is equal to square root of, okay, so mg, okay, 4mg L square tan theta sine square theta by K. Okay, but what is the value of K, guys? What is the value of K? K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 1 by 4 pi epsilon. So here I can write here, instead K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. So we can get Q is equal to 4 pi epsilon goes up. So it is how much? 16 pi. So we will get a square root of 16 pi epsilon. Mg L square tan theta sine square theta. This is the formula for the charge when it hangs about a surface like this. Okay, hope you understood, guys. This is a one of the simple typical problem, one of the simple typical problem. Okay, so this is how we need to solve the problems. Clear? Yeah. Now we will go to the next problem. Okay, guys. So before starting the question, I want to add a subcase here. Okay, if this whole apparatus, I mean it produces an angle theta. I mean the distance between them is an r value. If the whole apparatus is dipped in a liquid and the separation experienced is also same, if the whole equipment is dipped in a liquid of density rho. Okay, so dipped in a density rho. At the time, what is the relation? I mean, what is the value of dielectric constant? How to find the dielectric constant? That is we are going to discuss. Okay, so the question here is, when the whole apparatus is dipped in a liquid medium, okay, of density rho, then what is its what is its what is its what is its relative permittivity? What is its relative permittivity? That is our question. Okay, now here what I can write here is, so we can write here F by mg. So we just before we just got the formula, force of electric by the mg. Okay, it's the same equation we are writing, F by mg. I mean theta is same, so we just observed that. Okay, mg tan theta is equal to Fe. This is the expression we got in the previous. From here we can write here tan theta is equal to Fe by mg. Okay, so what we can write here is F by mg is equal to F dash by mg dash. So here F is the force in air and m. Okay, guys. So here F by mg, that is in air, F dash by mg dash in the liquid. So from here I can write here F by F dash is equal to mg by mg dash. But F by F dash can be written as K. Sir, why you written as K? So here K, I mean we already know that what force, I mean it is in air by, I mean electric force in air by electric force in that particular media. So what we can write here, K by epsilon by epsilon naught or not. So based on this, on those, we can write this as K. Okay, now coming to the point here, K, which is equal to, we can write this as M is equal to, and mg by m into g dash is, so it is written as rho by d, where rho is equal to, here where rho is equal to density of liquid, and d is equal to density of sphere, Okay, so we can write this as, okay, g into yeah, g into, yeah, so this will get cancelled. Or we can write this as that implies what we can able to write, guys, 1 minus rho by d is equal to 1 by k. Got it? So, or simply we can write this as or we can write this as d minus rho, d minus rho by d is equal to 1 by k, or k is equal to d by d minus rho. This is the formula. This is the formula for obtaining the dielectric constant, or epsilon r. Okay, sorry, I mean, fine. So you need to use the, I mean, we are using the epsilon r here. Okay, this is what, guys? Epsilon r. So this is epsilon r. Okay, so epsilon r is nothing but dielectric constant, or it is relative permittivity. Relative permittivity will be given by the formula d by d minus rho, where d is the density of the material and rho is the density of the liquid. Okay, so this is how some typical problems will be solved. Okay, guys, so only thing is we need to understand, I mean, here F by mg, how I written, because in two cases, I mean, in air as well as in that media, the theta is same. From that condition we can write in air is equal to F by mg, in liquid is equal to F dash by mg. I mean, at that time net force will be different and gravitation also different. So based on that, I mean, sorry, acceleration due to gravity is different. So from that we can write g into, I mean, at a depth, g at a particular depth can be written as g into 1 minus rho by capital, rho by small d. So mg will cancel. What will left is 1 by rho by d is equal to 1 by epsilon r. From this we can write d minus rho by d is equal to 1 by epsilon r. Epsilon r is equal to d by d minus rho. This is how we will solve the problems. Okay, this will be direct application, guys. So only thing is based on the initial concepts, we need to keep on forward. Okay, hope you understood, guys. Okay, so right now we will go to the next question. Next question is a very interesting one, guys. Next question is very interesting. Why interesting? Because so initially A and B are the two identical charges. Okay, identical point size charges. Okay, charge spheres, each holding the same charge. I mean, sphere is same as well as charge is also same. You can write the point here. This is one sphere. Okay, it is having Q. It is having another sphere Q. Okay, now what they happen? These two are separated by a distance r. These two are separated by a distance r. Wow, that is great. Now, what is, if a third identical uncharged sphere, C is touched with A. Okay. Now the situation happen is, you can see this is the actual case, and uncharged sphere, it is in touched. This is C. So this is actually, this is A and this is B. Okay, A and this is B and this is C. Okay. Now it kept, I mean, after touching, it kept in middle like this, A and here C and here B. Okay, and here the distance is r by 2. Here the distance is r by 2. Now what is, I mean, what is your question, guys? If a third identical uncharged sphere is touched with A and kept exactly at the midpoint of the line joining of A and B, what is the resulting force on C and its direction? You need to find out what, guys? If a third identical sphere C is in touch with A and, okay, and line joining of A and B, what is the resulting force on C and its direction? So first of all, guys, the force between two charges, we will calculate the initial force. F is equal to, initial force is equal to, we can write it as K into Q square by R square, because same charges and distance is constant, we can write this. Okay, now after this condition, I mean after touching the A and moving, so the charge will become average. So initially it is no charge, but the charge will become average, that is q by 2, q by 2. Okay, and here the charge is how much? Same. Now what is the resulting force on C? That is our question. So here what is the distance? Here r by 2, here it is r by 2, and charge here it is q by 2, here it is charge q by 2. So here it is capital Q. Now we can write here F net is equal to, I can write it as F1 minus F2. Sir, what is this F1 minus F2? So here we can write initially this is the force. I mean the force will be like this one, F1, and here it is F2. Sir, why you consider this as F1 and this as F2? Because the charge here capital Q, I mean it is Q, it is Q by 2. So product will be higher for this. So I'm considering this as the F1 and this as F2. So what is the value of F1, guys? What is the value of F1? We can write this as F1 is equal to, here we can write it here what it is, we can write here F1 is equal to K into, so Q into and Q by 2. Okay, and the distance between them is how much, guys? R by 2 whole square. That is ultimately you can write it as KQ square by, okay, next we are having Q square by 2 by R square by 4. Or we can write this final answer as the 4, as the 4 goes up, we can write this as 2k q square by r square. Got it, guys? Now coming to do F2. F2 is equal to, you can write here k into q by 2, q by 2, q by 2, q by 2 by r by 2 whole square. That means we are getting kq square by r square. Okay, so here if you clearly observe that, what we can able to write, guys? So we can write F net is equal to F1 minus F2. That is, we can write this as we can write it as 2k q square by r square minus k q square by r square, and ultimately it is k q square by r square, which is equal to value F. Okay, so here the answer we got is how much, guys? F, the resultant forces. And now what is the direction here? What is the direction? How to identify the direction here? Now it is if you clearly observe that, which is having more force, guys? C is exerting force on, I mean this is more force, this is more force. Okay, now with respect to A, okay, C is exerting more force here, and here it is also force. Okay, the force exerting this value is how much, guys? Yeah, so the force, I mean it is equal to, I mean in the F in the direction of B, in the direction of B. The direction is what? Force is more in the direction, and we can write it as minus F in the direction of A. So whatever is the net force F is equal to what, guys? F. Okay, and it is plus F if it is in the direction of B, and minus F if it is in the direction of A. Okay, so this is how we can able to solve the problems. Clear? See, only one thing, this F1 it is showing in this direction, F2 is showing in this direction. What is the net direction of force? F. Which direction? This direction. Now here it is B. So in the direction of B it is F value. In the direction of A it is minus F value, because opposite to the movement. Clear? This is how we need to solve some typical problems, guys. Okay, hope you understood. Now we will go on to the next problem. Yeah, the next coming question is a very different question. It is also one of the interesting question. Okay, so just go through that. A charge q is divided into two small parts. What should be the value of the charges on the part so that the force between the two parts should be maximum? Okay, so here you need to understand the point here. This is a capital Q. Okay, sorry, this is a charge. This is a charge, and they made into two pieces. Into how much? I mean, what should be the quantity? This capital Q is there. So either it is a Q by 4 or 3Q by 4 or Q by 2 or Q by 2 or Q by 5 or 4Q by 5. By making which way the net effective force will be maximum? That is what our question is. So we can use the formula. So first of all, so the charges can be divided. I mean, the charges can be divided in the form Q1. I'm considering it as a small q, a small piece, and Q2 I'm considering it as capital Q minus Q. So actually this is what Q. Okay, now that one, in a what way we need to divide such that it will experience maximum electric force. So Q1 is equal to Q and Q2 is equal to Q minus Q. From this we can write here dF by dQ is equal to 0. We are differentiating with respect to the charge. So the net, I mean, we are dividing the whole force by the charge. By doing that, we will get the value for the part. Okay, so what is the F value? F is equal to how to? F is equal to, we can write it as, okay, 1 by 4 pi. I mean, or simply I will write it as a K. K into capital Q minus Q into Q by R square. So dF, so we can write it as d into K into, we can write it as Q minus Q square by R square is equal to 0 by dQ. Okay, so here we can write here R square terms and whatever the constant is there. I mean K by R square. K by R square is a term we can since it we can write it as d by dQ is equal to we can write this as QQ minus Q square. Okay, is equal to 0. So we can equate it. We can equate, I mean K by R square we can equate to 0, we can, okay, and we cannot equate, I mean it is a, you know that K by R square is a constant, so throw it aside. So we can write here dQ by, so dQ by we can write it as so what are the formula, guys? Q by dQ is equal to how much? 1. So here if you clearly we can write this as d by dQ into QQ minus dQ square by dQ. So our answer, our formula will become as, I mean our point will become as, which is equal to so here it will become capital Q. So d by, I mean dQ will gets cancelled, and ultimately what we left is Q, and here it is integration of, I mean sorry, differentiation of Q square will be 2Q. Okay, this is equal to how much, guys? 0. So ultimately we are getting minus 2Q is equal to minus Q, that implies Q is equal to Q by 2. So when you divide Q by 2 and Q by 2, we are getting the maximum force. So in I mean, sir, for a this much big process is necessary? Yes, Nana. See, blindly we can tell q by 2 and q by 2, but if anyone asks how it is, then we can show this method. When they show the method, they will simply be silent. Okay, they won't ask. Okay, so this in this way, if we divide means we will get the maximum electric force. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, so next the question is also one of the most interesting, guys. So first of all, we will discuss the concept. Okay, so then after we will go ahead with the problem. Okay, so first of all, what is the question? This I mean, for example, the two charges were separated by a distance of certain 10 cm. At what position we should keep the charge so that it does not experience any force? Okay, so here this is a charge. Okay, so it is how much q1, and this is a charge, another one q2. So it is similar to the null point. Null point means what? The point where the force due to the q1, I mean mass m1 and m2 will be 0. Similarly here, the at what point it should be equal to the 0. That is what we are going to find out. Okay, now for example, I'm considering at a distance. So the total distance is how much, guys? R. Now I'm placing the value at point X. So remaining will is R minus X. One is X, one is R minus X. So what we can able to write, guys? Okay, what we can write, guys? So here is I'm having some point charge Q. Okay, here it is a Q1 and here it is Q2, and I kept a point charge. Okay, now here I'm thinking it is a F1. Here it is a F2. So our concept is what? F net is equal to 0. If F net is equal to 0, we can able to write it is F1 plus F2 is equal to how much? 0. F1 plus F2 is equal to 0. Okay, or we can write this, I mean f1 minus, we have to use the word here minus, f1 minus, because resultant. Okay, so we can write, so from this we can write here, I mean both are in opposite na, because one is in place, I mean one is in this direction, one is in this direction. Okay, so we can consider this as positive, this as, I mean one we have to consider positive, one we have to consider negative. So I am writing f1 minus f2. So yeah, from this we can write here f1 is equal to f2. Okay, so what we can able to write, guys, here, what is a k into, okay, so q1 q, okay, by x square is equal to k into q2 q by, so it is r minus x whole square. Now qk will get cancelled. Ultimately what we left is q1 by x square is equal to q2 by r minus x whole square. Okay, from this we can write this as okay, so q1 into, okay, so don't multiply here directly. Okay, I will tell you simple one more logic. So we can write this as q1 by q2 is can be written as x square by r minus x whole square. So we are applying the square root, I mean applying square root on both sides. When I apply square root, what we will get? Square root of q1 q2 is equal to, we will get it as x by r minus x, or I can rearrange this as square root of q1 q2 is equal to 1 by r by x minus 1. Okay, so upon cross multiplication, I can get here, upon cross multiplication I will get here r by x minus 1 is equal to square root of q1 by q2. I mean, so it is can be written as q2 by q1. Okay, so I mean they can get interchange. So from this we can write it as, okay, so r by, from this we can write r is equal to, I mean r by x is equal to square root of q2 by q1 plus 1. Okay, so from this we can write here, ultimately that implies we can write x is equal to, we can write the formula as, okay, r by square root of q2 by q1 plus 1. This is the formula. So what is the formula, guys? X is equal to r by square root of q2 by q1 plus 1. This is the formula for finding the null point. Okay, now try to solve the question. Within fraction of seconds you can able to get the answer. Okay, so just we will see. Okay, I hope you understood how to get this formula. Okay, now we will solve that. Okay, so our formula is what, guys? X is equal to, I mean x is equal to r into, I mean we can write it as r into square root of q2 by q1 plus 1. So what is the questions they given? Microcharges, q2 value is equal to, I mean yeah, q1 is equal to given as 2 microcoulomb and q2 is given as 1 microcoulomb. Okay, and next distance, it is r is given as 10 centimeter. Okay, so we can write here x is equal to, we can write this as r value is equal to 10 centimeter by, so square root of q2 is how much, 1, and here it is q1 is 2, and plus, okay, plus 1. Okay, so here what we are getting, guys, x is equal to 10 by, okay, so we can write this value as 1 plus root 2 into root 2. Okay, we can write here, we can get 14.14 by, and here we are having the value 1 plus root 2, it is 2.14, because 1.414 na, 1.414 means 2.414. Okay, so this is what your formal answer is. Okay, so what might be the final? Yeah. Okay, so by just simplifying we will get approximately, this will be 5.88, that is we can write it as 5.9. so here the distance is how much, 5.9 centimeter. Okay, so this is the value 5.9 centimeter from 2 microcoulomb. So from 2 microcoulomb, here q1 is equal to how much, guys? 2 microcoulomb, and q2 is equal to how much, guys? 1 microcoulomb. Okay, so 5.9 centimeter from 2 microcoulomb. So in order to get 1 micro, I mean what is the distance from the 1 micro? We can write that value as, okay, how do we can obtain here 10 minus 5.9, that is equal to how much? 4.1 from 1 microcoulomb. That's it. This is how we need to solve the problems. Hope you understood, guys. Now let us start to move to the next question. Okay, guys, our next topic is equilibrium of charged particles. What do you mean by the word equilibrium of charged particles? First of all, what do you mean by the word equilibrium? Equilibrium means what? If the net force acting on a body is 0, then it will be called as equilibrium. Then a body is said to be in a state called equilibrium. Now, equilibrium of charged particles. So we already know that whenever two charges are separated by a certain distance, whenever two charges are there and separated by the some distances, it is going to experience a force. Now, what should be another charge induced such that all the three particles are in equilibrium? That is, the net force acting should be zero. For example, guys, so here I am having the two charges. Between these two, this is the distance. Between these two, another charge is placed. Another charge is placed. Due to this charge, the net force of the whole system is equal to zero. F net is equal to zero. What should be the condition? What should be the condition for the net force should be equal to zero? Okay, so here we can write in equilibrium, and just go through the guys. In equilibrium, net electric force on every charged particle is zero. That is, the charge due to the whole system is zero. The equilibrium of a charged particle under the action of Coulombian forces alone can never be stable. The equilibrium of a charged particle under the action of Coulombian force alone never be stable. So it is not stable. So it should be associated with another particle. For two particle system, it is never be equilibrium condition, never be stable. Okay, and for three particle system we will discuss right now. So here, what is this three particle system? If two like charges, I mean whatever the values, okay, so if like forces are acting between them, see for example, this is a charge, so this is charge q1, this is charge q2. Okay, now here the distance between them is given as okay, so here the distance is r. Okay, and here the distance, I mean the particle is placed at a distance of x. Okay, so if the two charges must be like, if the two charges must be like as, so then we can write the formulae must be of like nature. If two charges, see whatever the two charges are there, the two charges are like, then then they will create different forces. Okay, that forces should be equal to the force created by this. So we can write here Fq is equal to kq1q by x square plus kq2 q by r minus x whole square. So just we solved one question now based on that. So here, I mean in the just before problem, just observe. So here 2 microcoulomb and 1 microcoulomb are at a distance of 10 centimeter. What should be a third charge be placed between them so it does not experience any force? For that condition we are using this. Okay, but their point is the net force is zero. I mean we consider with respect to this point. Now if both sides, if it will be experiencing a like nature, I mean here also it is attractive, here also attractive, then we need to apply the formula Fq is equal to k into q1 q by x square by k into q2 q by r minus x square. Okay, if third charge should be unlike nature, if third charge should be unlike, then what is the formula, guys? Third charge is unlike. At the time we need to use Fq is equal to k into q1 q2 by r square plus k into q1 q by r2 square x square. Okay, a force on q1, I mean with respect to. So what is the force with respect to this q1? So what is the force between these two? It is k into q1 q2. So k into q1 q by x square. Okay, next, what is the force between these two charges? K into q1 q2 by r square. See, if the force is considered with respect to this particle, the formula is k into q1 q by x square and k into q2 q by r minus x square. If we require the force with respect to this particle, we can write it as k into q1 q2 by r square plus k into q1 q by x square. If I want the force with respect to the q2, f q2 is equal to, we can write it as, what is the force between these two guys? What is the force between these two? We can write it as k into, okay, q2 and q by r minus x whole square plus, and what is the here, k into q1 q2 by r square. That's it. Clear? So here the logic is very simple. If we require force with respect to this q, that is, it is attracting both the things. Of course, one should consider positive, one should consider negative. That is later issue. But the net force is equal to, in order to equal to 0, so we can write k into q1 q by x square and k into q2 q by r minus x2 square. Okay, if we want the force with respect to this q1, we can write k into q1 q2 by r square plus k into q1 by q into x square. The distance between them is how much is. Now if you want the I mean, in order to be in equilibrium, this equation should be equal to 0. This equation should be equal to 0. I mean, they has to satisfy this. Then only the net force in the system will be 0. Okay guys, I hope you understood. Okay, now we will solve two problems based on this. Then after, we are ending our session. Okay, now we'll go to the first question here. Okay, a charge q is placed at the center of the line joining of two charges, capital Q, small q and q. Okay, for the system of three charges to be in equilibrium, what should be the value of capital Q? Okay, so now guys, it is a very simple question. Okay, so what, it is a different question. Now the point is, what should be the value? Okay, here we are having the two charges. Okay, so it is q and it is q. Between these two, another charge is placed. See, a charge q is placed at the center of the line joining of two charges q and q. For the system of three charges to be in equilibrium, what should be the value of q? Now they are asking, what is the value of this charge? What is the value of this charge? So we already just we discussed the formula. Okay, but they said the distance is how much guys? R by 2. It is exactly at the midpoint, so it is. And what is the total distance? It is r. And what is that? Okay, now here for equilibrium, the net force is equal to, I mean net force, F net should be equal to what guys? 0. So I can write, what is the force between these two? What is the force between? I can write it as k into capital Q small q by r by 2 whole square plus k into, we can write this as what are the formulas? Nana, q square, when charges is q and another is q square by r square is equal to g. Got it? So now what I can write, able to write, k and r squares are constant, so completely throw it outside, and q is also, you can write it as k q by r square constant, so completely keep it outside. And here 1 by 4 will be there, we can write it as 4q plus k is equal to 0. So this value is a constant, it is not equal to 0. So 4q, I mean since it is a constant, so 4q plus q is equal to 0. That implies q is equal to, that implies capital Q is equal to minus q by 4. So what should be the value of this capital Q? capital Q value should be equal to how much? Minus Q by 4. If you keep a value of minus Q by 4, whole system will be in the state of equilibrium. If you give the value of how much? Minus Q by 4, whole system will be in the state of equilibrium. Hope you understood, guys. Okay, now coming to the next question. Okay, guys, so the next question is also very simple and different. Okay, so the triangle, okay, and the charges were, okay, the three charges Q and Q and Q were placed like this. Okay, now a charge capital Q is placed at the centroid. A charge capital Q is placed at the centroid. Due to this, I mean, what should be this value? What should be the Q value so that the net force in the system is 0? So first of all, this type of question we already discussed that in that F net, we got it as root 3 K Q square by R square. We got that value or not? Okay, now here we are having the force. I mean, individually we are having one force here, one force here, one force here. Okay, so ultimately, so I'm considering this value as what? F1. And similarly, so due to this force, it is, I mean, it will exert force in this direction, it will exert force in this direction, it will exert. Okay, so I can write this value as, okay, since it is at the place equidistant from the all the three sides, we will get F2 is equal to, okay, what, K into capital Q small q by R square plus K into capital Q small q by R square and K into capital Q small q by R square, and ultimately what we left is 3K Q, okay, by R square. Okay, this is the, this I'm considering it as F2. This I'm considering it as how? In order to the equilibrium, we know that Fy, F1, F net should be equal to 0, that is F1 plus F2. So we can write this as root 3 K Q square by R square plus 3K Q by R square is equal to 0. So we can write this, which is common here, K Q by R square. We can write this as K Q by R square is a constant, and what we left is root 3 Q plus 3 capital Q is equal to 0. Okay, or from this we can write here as capital Q. From this we can write capital Q is equal to minus Q by root 3. Clear, guys? So the charge which we have to place at this point is what, guys? Minus Q by root 3. So the answer is minus Q by root 3. So with this we have completed some most important questions, guys. Okay, so you can go through the material. Today I will forward the material in the group, guys. So try to solve the questions of level 1 and level 2. Okay, and I will forward, I mean, previously I have forwarded the textbook also. So when you combine all those 100%, you will get definitely result. Those who are unable to get marks, don't bother, guys. Okay, so once, twice, thrice you just work out, 100% you will get result. Okay, so if you're getting more marks means I will get more energetic, and I will explain in simple and more lucid way, so which will enhance your more marks. Okay, keep that thing in your mind. Okay, so please practice well. Have a nice day. Stay tuned.